Scandal is rocking President Trump's case in Georgia.
According to a court filing, Willis and the special prosecutor vacationed together.
Barn burner of a motion.
It's just some of the coverage from, you might say, some members of the partisan media on the right talking about Fulton County DA Fani Willis, who's prosecuting former President Trump. She's accused of an improper relationship with the special prosecutor on the case. The left has ignored the story altogether. No surprise there. We're going to just cover it fairly because it is news. This is the woman who charged Donald Trump with racketeering. The motion to dismiss the case comes from one of the defendants in Trump world, a man named Michael Roman. Filing says Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade have engaged in improper relationship, otherwise known as an affair, clandestine personal relationship during the pendency of this case, which has resulted in the special prosecutor and in turn the district attorney profiting significantly from this prosecution at the expense of the taxpayers. Goes on to say, since being appointed, the special prosecutor received from Georgia taxpayers almost $1 million in legal fees. And now the interesting part. The filing says Wade, the prosecutor's alleged parmador, used the money he's received from the DA office to buy trips for him and Willis to places like Napa Valley, Florida, even a cruise in the Caribbean. To be fair, there's no documentation of those purchases. But if true, the allegations are completely changing to the Trump case. It doesn't necessarily mean the case is closed for Trump and his co-defendants, but it does change everything. Chandelle Summer, former public defender in Fulton County, Georgia, now does divorce and criminal law. The court now accepts you as an expert on this matter. Is it as big of a bombshell as some are making it out to be?
Yes, it's huge. The thing is, when you have a criminal case and there's also a companion civil case with it, it gives you a complete advantage because you're able to use the civil discovery procedures to get information you might not be able to get in a criminal case. And Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor who was hired by Fani Willis to work on this case at an extraordinarily high amount, $1 million over a year and a half, is going through a divorce. And in that divorce action, the divorce attorneys have been able to access his bank records and his credit card receipts. And now they've noticed Fani Willis for a deposition in late January, where she will almost surely be forced to plead the Fifth Amendment because adultery is still a crime in the state of Georgia. So she cannot really admit to adultery. It would be a bad look.
You think about this, yeah, no kidding. The prosecutor takes the Fifth. That will be the headline, right? And you think about this, invoices for White House meetings, this is tangential. Wade billed 8 hours of work at $250 an hour for a May 23rd, 2022 event listed as travel to Athens, conference with White House counsel, $2,000 for an interview with D.C. White House, both meetings well before the Trump indictment, 3 days after Trump launched his 2024 campaign. This is the question. If all of this is true, right, and if the trips are true, if all of this is true, does that necessarily mean the case against Trump and the co-conspirators gets thrown out, or only that it's delayed?
It probably does not mean that the case gets thrown out. And really, the nexus between the federal contact by Nathan Wade and the trips that he billed, to me, don't really have that much of a bang for the buck. The most important thing is that she received kickbacks from him being employed by her to represent the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. That's a crime. You can't get kickbacks as a public official.
There's a conflict of interest of hiring somebody that you're involved in an affair with. I mean, none of this is good.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah, it just looks bad. It just looks
bad. It's a bad look.
We've all been waiting, right? Because Georgia's the place that has cameras in the courtroom. Therefore, Donald Trump would be on camera for this trial that's going to take place, that everybody's excited about, or the left's very excited about, I should say. Does this mean that that's not going to happen until after the election, if it happens at all?
I don't think it will happen before the election, just because of the deconfliction of scheduling. He has 4 cases right now, and all of them are in line before this case, not to mention the fact that you've got 15 lawyers and 15 defendants in this case, and each one of them is going to have a lot of time with each witness. You've got
it makes perfect sense. Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. The bombshell, though, is that the prosecutor takes the fifth. I mean, that just sort of changes the conversation. Chandelle, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Back to you as news warrants on this story, which I think it will, especially when the deposition happens. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.